I've been thinking a lot recently about, if the humans don't make their own decisions and then there's people altering the world around us, that means no one is guilty of any crime because our lives have been altered since, 2 days old, 2 minutes old, probably before that. They've probably been stalking us since before our birth. According to the lore, if we're going to play around with this lore and act like this is any game I was just injected into. So, no one in jail is guilty of anything. But the judicial system probably has targeted people they dislike and found manipulations to put those in prison and stuff. And I noticed this with my life because there's been nothing in my life that didn't look staged as fuck, with a bunch of losers coming into my life who I didn't even want around me. And sometimes they even act scared too. It's like, wait, are you being paid to be here? Because I don't want you around me acting this way. And you probably don't want to be around me acting this way either. You act scared for some reason. But it made me realize everything I've seen, I don't think anyone in this world is guilty of anything. So all prisoners should be let free and let out of jail until we can start analyzing their past. And it's even if we can see what they did in their past, we have to see who was speaking with the people they were interacting with before that, and who is encouraging them to be that way. Because let's face it, a lot of these people, they don't have enough brain waves to even have a 3-day-old life, let alone like a 50, 60-year-old person's life. So I think we'll find a lot of stuff if we start analyzing stuff from this method. But how can we do that when they're the ones who can, they literally named the judicial system after themselves. So how can we deal with that, right? I see people who say they're in prison and jail before, and sometimes I'm just thinking who did that to you? Who set you up, and what? And more importantly to me, what I want to know is what they did that made these people hate them so much that they have to find a way to put them away forever and shit. And trust me, they try to pass this bullshit, this passive aggression mind control off on people about everything you do is your choice, and everything you do is your fault. And it's not at all, because we've proven this before. I've proven this before with videos and with other people. And I've had other people, even in those videos, say, it's clear there are people now surrounding us trying to alter what we're talking about. And it's because those people were in our lives to alter that past. So these murderers and other people, and I'm not saying child raping is their thing. That's their specialty. The other races, they're more like savage killers who would chop off the head of a child rapist. And so when you get that way, you gotta start looking at it. You'll notice there's not a lot of child rapers in these other communities. But you gotta start looking at it okay, well, this person's in jail. Who owns the jail? Who owns the courts? Who owns the lawyers? Who owns the government? Who stole the land they're living on from which group they stole it from? And then, I guess it gets a lot more harder to figure out what I'm saying from there. But I'm telling you, these people don't exist or something, and they just whine in like they do. Or, something's altered their life. Either way, even if they don't exist, at that point, clearly something created the illusion they have a life, and something happened around them, and they were alive for more than the 3 seconds you speak with them about this. But I've been looking at that a lot recently. It's who's in jail? What did they do? How evil were those people, supposedly, that they have to go to jail for what they do? If you're a liberal and you burn down the government, you just get to celebrate. But if you're a Republican and you try to burn down the government and don't actually do anything jack squat worth a while, you get sent to prison. So what's the what's the, we look at all this stuff, what's the difference here? Like, and why are they targeting black people so much as well? Like they clearly, like, whatever it is, like, this is all fake, but they want to fill the prisons up with black people and stuff. Maybe they're hard to control compared to some docile other slaves they have who are actually fucking evil incarnate working for the enemy and shit. And they play this passive aggressive game, and that would make them very similar, right? That would make them kind of the same person, but just they were too retarded to actually be at that level of thinking and conquering and stuff. So they can't get that far without help from Master. But yeah, think about that. Like, if everyone is in jail, has a life that's been altered by the people around them, and the people around them are the real criminals. They're the real terrorists. They're the real demons. Like, this is worse than crime and terrorism. This is something else going on in this world. This is something we haven't created a law for, and there isn't a great enough punishment to fucking suffice for it. But I'm telling you, next time you meet someone who's been in jail, prison, ask them what they did and how they feel about the world around them being altered to force them in that situation when they probably didn't want to be anywhere near that situation, but things were sent into their life to trigger them and push them.